Hi YouTube! Today we're going to be doing a cooking video because I'm hungry. And what we're going to be making today is anchovy pasta, which is one of my most favorite meals in the entire world. I love it. I love it a lot. It's so delicious. I love anchovies. I could eat a whole can of these bad boys on their own. And I know you're probably thinking like, ew, gross, anchovies. But don't knock it till you try it. I got really into anchovies in the summer of 2020, and I haven't looked back since. So this is a really easy recipe. You just need a couple of things. Anchovies, duh. Pasta, duh. And then a couple of other things. A clove of garlic, some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. You could probably use Pecorino Romano, a hard salty cheese of some kind, and some olive oil, which I will actually not be using olive oil from this jar or bottle because there's already plenty of delicious anchovy flavored olive oil in this can. So, but if you already have like a can of open anchovies in your fridge, you can use olive oil. And then also an herb of your choice if you want. I'm using some fresh basil. I think parsley would be better, but I don't have any parsley, so country boys make do. So yeah, and things that you will also need: a knife, a frying pan, and a pot of water, which I already have salted and boiling. Fun fact, salted pasta water doesn't boil faster, it just flavors the pasta. So yeah, now I'm going to get to prepping some ingredients, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so first we're going to prep the garlic. I always think the best way to do it is you just smash it a little bit and it'll peel. You can also just like hit it with the palm of your hand if you'd like. And then I cut off the little butt of it. And then you smash it again, get all that allicin going. And then I have one of these garlic presses. And I just squeeze it on out. And a little more. Now, I'm only making one serving of pasta because I don't like leftovers, and I think this pasta is best eaten day of, but if you wanted to scale this up at all, you just add more things, more amounts of the things that I told you to add. So there's our garlic there, and now the piece de resistance, you open up this beautiful, beautiful can, and you have it's full of oil and beautiful anchovies. So what I actually like to do is just pour all that beautiful, delicious anchovy oil into the pan until there's none left. There can be a little left, it's okay. And then, once the oil is emptied out, you open it more, and you just pick out some anchovies. Because I'm an anchovy freak, I use a lot in like one serving of pasta. I usually use like 4. I don't know why I jumped like that. I usually use like 4 anchovies. So 2, 3.5, 4. I'll rip 1.5, and then the other half. Here's a little treat for me. I love anchovies. Anchovy toast. If you've ever had it, you know. You know. These are good anchovies. I love the Cento brand anchovies. I think they're the best. And then I just dice it a little bit. You don't have to do this, really, because they will just like dissolve. But delicious. So yeah, they'll dissolve. But because I'm doing such a small amount, I don't want my garlic to burn. So yeah. So for pasta, I really like the De Cecco brand, and I'm using the linguine number 7, as it says. You can use any pasta. I actually prefer to use spaghetti, but they didn't have any at the store, so I just got the linguine. I know everybody talks really highly of the De Cecco brand pasta because of like the bronze die cut, etc., etc. But I do think it's kind of true. This stuff is rough, and it just holds sauce a lot better, and I like it for that reason. But you can use any shape of pasta that you want. I've made this with bow ties. I've made it with rotini. Maybe don't make it with orzo or ancini di pepe or anything like that. That might be a little weird. You can. I won't stop you. It might just be weird. But I like a long pasta with mine just because I'm weird. So once your salted water is at a boil, you just do that. And then you get your tongs so that you don't catch the pasta on fire. People make that mistake a lot. Not me. I haven't made that mistake since I was 16. Yeah, you don't want to do that. And I know everyone's like, oh, you need to use a big pot. No, I don't. You just need water that's boiling with salt. I'm not making so much pasta that it's going to overflow or anything. I know what I'm doing. And then, while the pan is still cold, you have this delicious little bowl of garlic and anchovies, and you just dump it in there. I usually just do this right in the pan, but I figured for my lovely YouTube viewers, I would do that instead. So yeah, and then you turn the stove on to, I usually go medium low. I like to cook it real slow because nobody likes burnt garlic. And this will finish before the pasta's done. So usually for me, once this just gets all nice and the anchovies melt and the garlic is smelling garlicky, I will turn it off the heat and let it just hang out. And then also, what is good is a little bit of red pepper. Not too, I mean, you can put as much as you want if you like it really, really spicy, which I sometimes am in the mood for that, but just a dash of red pepper adds another dimension of flavor to this already delicious, flavorful pasta. But honestly, if you wanted to make this and you're like, I don't have any of this shit, I just have a can of anchovies, you could do that, and I'm sure it would be delicious. It is anchovy pasta after all. The only thing you need is the anchovies and the pasta. So now, while everything is getting friendly in that pan over there, I like to grate my cheese, and that usually just happens in the bowl that I'm gonna serve myself in, because why dirty another dish? I already feel so stupid for using a prep bowl. So I just grate it into the bowl that I'm going to eat out of. I love grating my own cheese. It's meditative, but a little dangerous at the same time. And I love to save the rinds because then you can put it in things like soup. And I just stick them in my freezer, and I have a little collection of cheese rinds in my freezer that just hang out there whenever I need them. I like a lot of cheese in my anchovy pasta, so I could be at this for a little while. 100% recommend the Parmigiano Reggiano that they have at Costco if you have access to someone with a Costco membership, because you get a big old chunk of it for a relatively good price, as you do with most other things at Costco. But yeah, so that's my cheese grated. I'd say that's probably about a quarter cup of cheese, and I'm gonna keep this stuff out because I'm gonna grate more for garnish later. Guys, I wish you could smell this. It's crazy. It smells so good. But look at how the anchovies are just like melting away. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life? It smells so good right now. And because I'm cooking it on such a low heat, the anchovies are melting, but the garlic and the red pepper is not, burning at all. Nobody likes burnt garlic. At least nobody that I know. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd say the residual heat on this is going to be enough to finish it. So I'm actually going to turn the heat off now and just let it, like, chill out. I could eat this with a spoon, honestly, or, like, oh my god, dipping bread in that. Can you imagine? And then our pasta's cooking. Just taste it to see if it's done. I like al dente. Although but I also know somebody who likes to cook their pasta for 17 minutes, and that's okay too. I don't know how they have any pasta left afterwards, but you hear it? It's not ready. I never time my pasta. But yeah, I'm gonna let this cook for a couple more minutes, and I'll check back in when it's done, and then I'll show you what we do next. And don't you guys worry, these anchovies that are left in here, they're not going to waste. I'm going to have them on some toast later tonight. So I'll just put them in a Ziploc baggie and store them in the fridge for later consumption. And I didn't forget about the basil. I try to wait until I'm about to use it to cut it up, because it'll turn brown otherwise, but yeah. So let's just take it off the stems. I have a basil plant, that's where I got this, so if it looks a little icky, that's because it's fresh and organic. So discard the stem, and then you just cut it up. Claw your fingers a little bit, hold the knife like that, and just chop, chop, chop away. And then I like to have kind of big bites of basil in my pasta, or any herb for that matter, so I don't go too fine. We're not making a pesto here, although, can you imagine? Oh, holy shit, an anchovy pesto? Hold on. I might have to make that sometime. Okay, so our pasta's done. I just took it off the boil. I'm actually going to turn the heat back on this for a second. There we go. On to medium. Just to get everything moving around again, because you want it to like really get into the nooks and crannies of all the pasta. I'm so hungry, you guys. You have no idea. This looks so yummy. If there's one thing I could eat, like if I had to pick one thing to eat for the rest of my life, it would either be ramen or anchovies. So I don't strain the pasta because I'm lazy. Yeah, okay, so now it's getting all sizzly. Turn it down to low, and I don't strain the pasta. I just slurp it on in there. And then give it a little toss. It's nice and glossy. Turn the heat off. I'm actually going to do something weird. Okay, so we're gonna finish the pasta now. I'm doing it this way because it's difficult to do this while holding a camera, but I have about a quarter cup of the pasta water here. No, it's actually an eighth because it's half of a quarter, and my cheese. So I'm gonna pour the cheese over the pasta. I'm gonna toss it, and it's gonna look gross and grainy while you toss it. Oh no, oh dear God. And then I'm gonna add the pasta water. I'll let you hear it. And yeah, you just mix it up real good. I think something about tossing it really makes it emulsify nicely. It's like the Italian wok hay, the breath of the Italy pan. I don't know. And I'm actually gonna add a little more pasta water. I'm gonna just toss it. I hope this doesn't melt my cutting board, but we'll see. And then I just add all that yummy basil that I cut up. And you are gonna end up with this really beautiful, savory, glossy is the name of the game, pasta. And I have my bowl, and I just put it all in there. And don't skimp on the slop that's like at the edges of the pan or like that sinks to the bottom. That is the flavor. That's all that delicious anchovy. Then I just grate a little bit more cheese on top. And that's it. So there it is. There you have it. Anchovy pasta. There, now you can see it better. Anchovy pasta. Let me get a fork and I'll give you guys a taste. But that's what it looks like. Okay, and so now mix it up a little. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Make this. It's so good. It's one of my favorite meals. If you want to eat like a king, if you want to eat like me, anchovy pasta. So good. So yeah. Oh my God. So yeah. Make this pasta. Sorry. It's just so good. Subscribe, smash that like button, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you guys next time. Let me know if you want me to make more cooking videos. This was really fun. I can try someone else's recipe, or I can show you more of my favorite recipes. And yeah. Bye.